I love
that was
that.
actually pretty good. I have to give you that. I enjoyed that.
Oh, that was great.
pretty epic.
Anyway, welcome to Beyond the Rift. I'm your host, Demon Machine. This is my co-host, Revel Zero.
Yo, guys.
We are going to
we,
run
like,
through the news of the
go?
day. Alakite and these guys don't exist yet. You guys are just...
Well, shouldn't we like give the dude credit for
Yes!
making the
I'm
whole
not
intro
finished, you
thing?
jackass! Give me a second to finish.
As
Okay.
Demon argues with the disembodied
Yes,
voice.
The disembodied voice. Yes, thank you, Timmy, so much. That's Timmy and Odd Arcade, our video and Unreal Development Kit guy, and they just make a awesome team. Oh my god! Thank you. I'll pause. I'll calm down now. So that was great. What's going on this week? Obviously, everybody knows about the arena and the patch notes. Oh, wait.
No, we don't.
Wait.
Arena?
Arena.
Arena!
Arena!
Arena! Look at that for Smite.
Can we say go?
Go!
Yes. All right. So here is the arena. You have your walls. Wait,
You have a wall.
Yes, you have
In the
this is-
arena!
Try and follow your finger around that. That is extremely difficult.
Wow, that really
It's-
is.
it-
Yeah.
it's
I don't have
hard
that
as
kind
hell.
of coordination,
Anyway,
sir.
so as you see, there are barriers here, and it makes for interesting gameplay. There is just creeps spawn, just one. It's basically a PAM. You have one wave of creeps in the middle. You have 500 points. Creeps count as 1. God kills count as 5. And go! First one to 0 loses.
Doesn't win. First
Right,
one to
that
zero
would be
does
the
not
loses
win.
part.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
yeah, and we watched it a little bit today on the high-res stream. It was quite interesting. I can't wait to see what they do with it. Did they specify whether they're going to bounce it around this at all? I never caught any of that part.
Are they going to bounce people?
Balance!
Oh, no.
No,
Would
they're
they
not gonna
balance?
bounce?
It's like an empty thing with tickets. How would they balance it?
They
It's
would-
not like they just released giant buffs for abilities or anything. Jeez.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll try and balance something around it. But
I know, like buff
you can,
abilities.
You can still buy stuff. You can still do everything. It's just there's no lanes. And, yeah, it looks quite fun. Can't wait to play it tomorrow. Ooh, it's so exciting. Yay! I even have tomorrow off. Not for a good reason, but I have tomorrow off.
No, definitely not for a good
No,
reason.
not for a
Probably
good
about the worst reason.
Yeah, I guess so.
Except
Anyway.
for earthquakes. That could be pretty bad.
Earthquakes could be bad. So,
Yep.
continuing on. That is the arena part of it.
That's about it. I mean, we'll find out tomorrow. It's awesome.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The general consensus for today's patch has been that. That is what the people have mostly said about today's patch.
Mostly,
And
not
we will
all.
be discussing that in a little while, so we would love you to call us up on perfect.rain and, let us know why you would like to bash your head against the desk
Of a Mac.
of a Mac. Yes.
Guy had a Mac.
Is that a Mac?
Yes.
Oh,
See?
Oh, that
God, look
explains
at that,
everything.
that awful little mouse. Ugh,
Yeah.
ugh.
It doesn't even have a right
It doesn't
click.
even have a right click. How the hell do you?
God.
How the hell do you cancel your spell on a Mac? Oh,
You have to hold down a...
Mac, why do you make me cry?
It's okay, man.
I know, I know.
All right, so...
The
on
other
to
thing on WOGL.
WOGL, yeah.
Basically,
and we
things
will
are going
get
on.
to that later.
Oh, you're not going to
No,
run
no,
through it in
no.
the news?
No.
Oh,
WOGL is going on. There's been a lot of really good matches.
yeah.
A
A couple teams have dropped.
couple teams have dropped out. There's some fun matches to be announced later.
Mhm.
They are giving away a lot of the Mio Energy thing, about 12,000 servings of it.
Of what?
So that little Mio Energy drink
Oh, those
thing.
things?
Yeah, I did the math. They're like 12,000 servings of it. So, they have plenty. So, enter drawings for that.
All right. And lastly on our to-do list, BLGEU is on their way to France, or Paris specifically,
Yes,
to
France
go play at the
too.
ESL. So
Word.
we'll be waiting for that to find out when they come home with the trophy.
Yeah.
Go Yuli and all those guys. You'll see.
Trophy in the form of cash.
Hold on, I'll close my eyes and try to remember remember my whole team. We got Yuli, Smek, Exalia, Ristarian, and of course
Oh.
Sio. There we go.
Sio.
I
yeah.
know it's the
my-
most annoying
Good
one I would
job.
forget.
He's always the one that's streaming. That's like
I
the
know.
biggest one, I guess.
Yeah,
He's
that's
the
why he's
biggest
last.
one.
He's
He's
last.
like-
He's awesome. You should go check him out. He's really funny on stream.
Yes, he is very funny on stream.
Yes, so you should definitely check it out at
Note we say on
blgaming.com.
stream.
Yes, he's got that funny accent. I don't know where he's from though. You know where he's from?
Europe.
That's a good place to be from if you're going to France.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Going to France.
Incidentally, that's very
So-
important.
I guess that
'Cause
about covers over the 5 and there was a little bit of drama earlier today when people found out that Matty Pocket and Lassise were able to Q dodge and have no penalty for it and get no deserter status. That caused quite a firestorm of Redditness. That's all I was reading on it was Reddit. And so it seems as though the problem has been solved. And that was what the official high-res statement was for that. So we will, I guess, leave that
The
at that.
official high-res statement. The problem has been solved. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yes.
I'm sure it was
We are.
something more than that.
We are done.
But
What they
yeah,
see,
it's pretty
they-
much solved.
They
so.
they took a picture of the high res control room or the situation room in
The
high res,
situation room.
and they were all sitting around the table like, "We're ready for this." And then they're like, "The problem is solved," and that's it. That's
Yeah, that was it.
It's done.
It
So
was
there
right
we
in
go.
there.
Congratulations.
So kudos for that.
Yes, very much so. Other than that, actually, I had this chance to do this. Okay, cool. DM Brandon will be joining us here in just a second. I will add him to our call here. Do it. Oh, you can't.
No.
I can't.
Oh yeah, this will be
I
interesting.
can do
This
it.
ought to be fun.
I don't think I've ever been on a DM, Brandon. So
Dun
this
dun dun.
should be a first.
So,
All right.
alrighty, we will now jump into the rest of the show.
I
crap.
think we need that promo one more time.
That what?
The intro one more time.
Just that? I will just go through a couple seconds of it. That's just fucking amazing. I can't get over that. If you would like to see more of Timmy's work and Out Arcade's work, you should head over to Timmy's YouTube channel. He'll post it in the chat, I'm sure, because he is awesome like that. And then here comes Brandon ruining my overlay. God damn it. Okay, there we go. I fixed it.
That
I
flower.
actually have a webcam. How
You
do I
have a
make it go on
webcam?
this?
Holy shit! Turn it
Oh
on.
wow. I feel like the flower is so misrepresenting DM Brandon.
It should be
I like your swords, though.
Oh yeah.
It should be a dead flower. A dying flower, like dragging bodies behind
Excuse
it.
me,
Being
I
like,
am beautiful,
I
and everything
did
in my
this.
life is beautiful, and I am represented by beauty. But how do I turn my webcam on for Skype? I usually don't like talk to boys on my face.
You press that little there's
It-
that little
That
icon.
It's
looks
the
like
little-
a webcam.
if you scroll to the
Looks
bottom,
like
it
cam.
says show penis. I mean, show.
All right,
yeah.
all right. Calm.
Can't start video. Try
Start
doing
video.
Other.
There you
Not
go.
that kind of stream.
Did it work?
Yes. It's swirly circling. Hold on. Wait for it.
Try doing other. Oh, try closing other programs. I have to close my Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh.
Close your
Wow.
Twitch.
Flower. Okay. I'll close the. Can I close the webcam only?
Huh?
How do I do that?
What do you you
right,
need to
so
close
we were
Twitch
talking
for?
about
You're supposed to
Smite.
close XSplit.
XSplit.
No, I don't want to do that.
But what?
Then
I
just
have a
take it
woggle
off
match
and
soon.
Then we'll just leave you as a flower and go from there.
I'm
Fine,
beautiful.
fine.
How do I cancel that shit?
Yeah. cancel
Yeah.
shit. Anyway,
All right. Welcome DM Brandon for Flower Power action.
flower power action.
Flower Power Hour with DM Brandon, Alakite, and Smack Trick Z. Welcome
Yes.
to the show.
Smack Trick Z is from Team Dynamite. Am I correct?
Yes.
No.
Thank you. Thank you for that
Oh, I
delayed.
guess I have to accept
Are you
his
correct?
video.
Is he? Yes. Yes, he is. All right.
So I can keep everybody in order.
Yes.
Because I like to do that crap.
Yes, you
There. So we are, I guess, going to jump right into the patch notes because that's what is most head desking today.
Yes, the patch notes. Everybody's favorite.
Let me bring
patch
them up
notes.
now. For
So, with
viewing
the
pleasure.
main thing, patch notes, new god, awesome. What do you think?
You want to save Loki to after we discuss the patch notes, then we can talk about Loki?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just gonna say, is he good
Or,
or
I
bad?
mean,
But no,
I
no.
guess we'll just run through Loki real quick. He's
No.
a god that they immediately made me eat my words when they were like, I'm like all the time, they're talking about will they ever put in invisibility in the game? I'm like, no, Hi-Res has told me specifically that they will not put invisibility in the game. And what do? They come out with a god that has invisibility. And I go, God damn it. Now I look like an idiot. Thanks.
No. See, what happened is they're like, no, we're not gonna put invisibility in the games, and one of the programmers like, I bet I could do that.
So
I bet I could make that work.
the flip side to that is it's only 3 seconds. So at its max level, am I correct? 3 seconds?
It's 3 seconds all the time.
Oh, 3 seconds
All
all
the
the time?
All the time.
Mhm.
Okay. So, I mean, he can't really go far.
And he gets 50% speed boost during that 3 seconds.
But he can't really go far.
He can go pretty far.
He can get out of your sight and then move around after that. So you have to predictively judge where he's going to go, which is usually what happens in most games. Predict. Do that. Stuff.
I have a question about that. Does anybody know if wards will reveal him when he's in this?
Unknown at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't.
Probably not.
I bet
Okay.
they would. I mean, he's invisible and they're wards.
But it's not long enough to be worth it.
Wards won't, is what says Cheesy X. Towers will. Okay, that makes sense. I bet a new
Well, I was more
ability will
thinking,
reveal
like-
him. I bet it will too. Duke said no to wards. Okay, cool.
Duke also
Cool.
said.
Duke also said there was going to be no invisibility, so who can trust that guy?
No.
I love
so
you,
that
Duke.
means it doesn't work with wards until 2 patches from now.
And then there will be an ability that will just kill him when he goes invisible. That's all that will happen.
The Minotaur
I'm okay
will
with this.
fly out of the sky and smote
Yes.
him.
Yes, he will be smoted.
Oh god, the Minotaur.
All right.
Strikes fear into the heart of men.
So, what are you guys looking forward to most about Loki? Like, just the ability to dash in, kill somebody from behind, and then dash out?
I'm just looking forward to having another goddamn bruiser.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's been like, oh, they picked best at Monkey's band. I guess I'll be Baka.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be Bruiser, or do you mean 80 carry?
No, 80 carry. Look, in this
Okay,
game,
I
there
was
are no differentiate. Like bruisers are people who go in and damage at melee, and
I
80
would
characters people with
say-
range. Like that's pretty much how they work.
Well, I don't know. I'd say there's a
I don't
difference
know, yeah.
between Odin and, say, Bakasura.
Odin's just tank. Like he's not really a bruiser. He's just a tank. Like you wouldn't put Odin in a lane by himself. I mean, I'm just using the word bruiser because it's basically the only word that we have at this point.
Yeah.
Because they give bruises and they don't actually bleed.
Left lane AD, we can call him.
Yeah, side lane.
Good enough.
Side lane
Yes,
melee.
left lane. Yeah.
Oh, what's wrong
But
with
I'm
right
looking
lane?
forward to it because right now we
Yeah.
need another character that can get
Right name,
in.
no love.
That's not Baka, because Bastet's always picked.
Yeah.
And Monkey's always banned. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was reading through his abilities, and it looks like he's going to be really good at doing damage really quickly, and then not really after that.
So he goes in there, bursts, and then leaves or dies.
Yeah, you go in there, you burst, you win or you die. That's the plan.
I was thinking more for team fights. He would
Yeah.
invis. He doesn't use his ult right away. Invis, go in, pop on their AD bruiser-ish guy, their melee, or one of their tanks. Do as much as you can, and then when stuff starts to get hairy, you shadow step or whatever it's called in this game.
Pop out.
Because it's fucking shadow step.
Yeah, it is.
From World of Warcraft, but you just shadow step to the mage in the back
Well, what isn't
as
from
far
World
as
of
you can,
Warcraft? I mean, really.
and just get out that way once you do some damage. But the fact that he can switch his target so rapidly is pretty intense.
Yeah, I'm thinking characters like Ao Kuang and Ra to a lesser extent are gonna have, especially Ao Kuang, are gonna have a really hard time with him.
Who doesn't
I mean,
give Ao Kuang a hard time?
yeah. Well,
This is true. This is true.
but I mean extra because he can just get there and just really, really annihilate you. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be like I'm dead, and I'm gonna laugh.
Stephen Brandon, no bad words, please. I am young Christian girl.
Okay.
Whoa, holy guys!
Agni got the volcanic
All right,
skin.
I
young-
know I owe someone $5 because I bet him that he couldn't read, and he definitely read that from the chat. I just had a hurricane here, and you're really gonna take $5 from me? It's just you guys.
So how was that for you?
Yeah, where were you?
Yeah.
My power went out.
Oh,
My
God.
shower curtain fell down.
Did a lawn
I'm
chair
serious.
tip over?
No, I don't. I live in an apartment. We don't have lawn furniture.
Oh.
Oh,
But it
But,
would have
like-
tipped over.
My shower curtain fell down. Like, why?
Why? Did you have the
I
window
have
open?
no idea. It just fell. But no, it's really bad though. Like everything's destroyed. Not my. Luckily, I have an apartment and I'm above everything. But
Yeah.
I know people who don't have homes anymore. It really sucks.
wow.
Yeah.
So
that
I'm
does
probably
suck.
going to run a charity event, probably in about a week or so once things have calmed down, and I'm going to try to just get as much money as possible. I need 2 days off in a row from work so I can just 24-hour and just raise enough money. So be on the lookout, guys. We're going to try to raise some money from people who don't have homes.
Yes, we will support you on that one.
And as people who are currently watching other people play video games on the internet, like you guys need to give money.
Yes. Yes.
I'm
I will
not sure
agree
how
with
I
that.
feel about that statement.
I don't know.
Everything up to that last bit, I'm all for though.
All right. So,
So,
is that about cover for Loki?
for now.
Okay, for now. So, I guess
So-
we'll move on to the items.
All right, now here's
Items, abilities, my gosh.
Obviously.
Screw it.
All abilities are now OP and are 700 gold. Basically, that sums it
Okay,
up.
I want to make a point before we get started. All right, there's two things. One, there's one
Before we
person
get
on the
started.
forums that I think it was on Reddit that said, "I don't like this because now I have to buy abilities."
What?
Okay, if any of you out there are thinking that you don't already have to buy abilities, you're playing the game incorrectly and you're making yourself. You're basically a mouth breather. You need to stop that. Head desk.
Oh,
Yeah,
Now,
breathe through
another
my mouth.
thing is the current meta
Me too.
fucking sucks. The current meta is horrible. It's
Bad
so
mode.
passive. It's so defensive. So many people are playing so campy, and it's working. And we don't need another game like League of Legends or Dota where you're going to sit in the lane for 45 minutes. That's not why we want it. So anything, and even if these don't work, it's not like an eat my word situation. Just anything that can veer us away from this current meta, in my opinion, is a positive thing. which like I think is really fun that they're going to make the game so much different, because right now a lot of people are relying on a lot of cheap shit, a lot of shit that's been working for way too long, and hopefully this'll fix a problem. And while Hi-Rez does have the ability to let us play test this shit beforehand to see if it's going to be broken, they don't choose that route. So if they're going to release a bunch of broken crap, I'd rather them do it as soon as possible, and we can see if it works. And I'm kind of pumped because it's really going to change the way people think. And before anyone talks about it, hey, Ares still sucks. Please read the patch notes.
Yes. So I want to, before we go into the abilities and what were changed, they did add in new abilities. And
They did.
reveals more kind of but low cooldown. Turn minions. I wanted to know you guys' thoughts on this. So the turn minions is, use this item allows the enemy minions to fight for you.
Turn undead.
So basically, you gain control of all the other minions around you. And while on cooldown, nearby minions gain magical and physical protection. Cool. I can, like, when they're pushing a creep wave, just think how powerful that could be.
The first thing that came to my head was mid lane, and then Agni. Level 2, Agni just goes, dash stun, turn minions, bye.
Yeah, that's...
Dash stun, creeping curse, slow. Like, if you're anyone without a jump at that point, and a lot of mid gods don't have jumps, if you come anywhere near the enemy creeps, you will die. Instantly, which means Agni's going to have a real good time controlling mid. But then on the opposite end, Gerbcraft actually found a bunch of stuff we were theory crafting that countered that completely, because if Agni dashes in, you could turn his minions run away, and then your minions will come up later than his, so you'll actually wind up killing him. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff, but I think it's going to need some testing before we can say if it's broken or not. But it seems really fun. It looks like a fun thing.
Yeah. Because, you know, like, sometimes you're running up to a lane and you see, like, 10 archers just, like, spread all around. You're like, oh, yes.
That's when I say money, money, money.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I don't even think that's the strong part of it. The fact that it gives you the magical and physical protection for free, I think that's the big part of it. That gives you, when you're, I guess, pushing a Phoenix, that gives the archer minions one more shot before they die, which is a huge deal.
Yeah, instead of one shots. Two or however much.
So I think that's, I think that's the huge deal about it. Not even the actual active of it. I think the passive is a really strong part of that.
Even for towers, it's going to take at least one more hit for everything.
Yes, for anybody that didn't know what reveal was, it is basically the Eye of God. You just kind of like, it's like the Comsat from StarCraft 2. You just reveal a section of map.
Clairvoyance.
Yeah,
from,
clairvoyance
from League of Legends.
There you go.
Almost, essentially.
Yeah, that too. I think it's StarCraft.
I do want to make a point about turn minions. It says enemy minions. Buffs are generally neutral camps in most games, and while I can't confirm this, I don't believe that this will turn the buff camps to fight for you. I mean, that would make sense to begin with. Maybe you could position it at some point to get just the little guys to fight the big guy, but we should expect tomorrow going in that they will not affect buff camps.
Oh, yeah. I can't imagine that they would. That would seem a bit much.
I wonder if you can't turn them immediately, but if you hit them once and then they aggro, will they become enemy minions? Interesting.
I don't think that they think that much,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Because I looked at the skill and I thought back to the countless times where I've been killed by a Roman archer after diving somebody, and I was thinking like, well, that's great. Now I can probably get away with like 10 HP for once in my life. But yeah.
I want an ability that spawns Roman archers, spawns like 3 Roman archers to fight for you. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be neat.
It'd be broken, man. Roman
Especially
archers,
in the
2 OP.
beginning. Especially in the beginning game.
Yeah.
You know, oh, let's go gank like 9 Roman archers.
All right, so continuing on.
All right, so Purification Beads was incidentally the very top of the list and one of the most interesting changes. So it does its normal thing, and while on cooldown, reduces the cooldown of crowd control by 20%, which is fairly substantial. And now pulls are no longer removed with this item. So that means Ares, and I'm assuming
Arachne.
Hades and Arachne. I'm not sure about Hades, because it's kind of like a pull.
It's a pull.
It's a pull.
It's a pull, which is why it stops Zeus. It's repeated small pulls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, what are your thoughts on how that changes it? Like,
It was an unnecessary nerf.
Why do you think they switch? Like, because what they did is they went from Purification Bead stopping all forms of crowd control to everything but pools, and gave Aegis Amulet the ability to stop pools.
My consensus that because now with Aegis, Ares' ult becomes completely useless because now it doesn't even do damage. It used to if you had beads, it would do damage. If you had Aegis, it would pull you. Now it does neither when you have Aegis, and because he is magical to begin with, my consensus is that everyone at high res hates Ares.
They just want to remove
So-
it.
Well,
only thing that makes sense.
I always thought it was really strange, like when Ares put his ult on you and you became invulnerable and he pulled you. It didn't make any damn sense. Now, why they decided to remove Purification Beads, I'm not sure, but it should have always been like that on the Invulnerability Amulet. Just saying, you know, that makes sense. So, Alakite, Trixie, what are your thoughts?
Purification Bead. I mean, I don't know about it. I mean, the polls no longer being removed. I feel isn't that huge of a deal. I mean, there's 2 gods that have pools in the game. I don't think it's as big as it's going to make it seem. Now, on cooldown, the thing I'm wondering is, well, on cooldown, the durations, you know, to crowd control effects are reduced by 20%. Does that stack with boots / Rod of Will, or no? I mean,
Yeah.
if it does, that's 50%, you know,
Yeah.
CC reduction you have right there.
And that's really strong, especially when a lot of control effects are only 1 to 2.5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you have like a 7-second stun or anything obscenely ridiculous like that. So, all of the abilities got really good passives. What are some of the more
Interesting passives.
ones
I
that you
guess-
saw and were like,
Oh my god.
I can go over some of those.
Do it.
Before we get into this, I actually have to go. I have a woggle match coming up at 10
Woggle.
p.m.
Go for it.
Beyond the Rift. But good luck with the podcast, guys. I'll be listening while we do our bands, and we'll see you later.
All right,
Later,
let's call
man.
back.
Good luck.
Bye.
Who are you facing?
Lords of War Whiskey.
Lords
Okay.
of War
As
Whiskey.
in- yeah, there's
So
a
who do
lot
you
of
think's
them.
gonna win?
Lord,
All right, see ya.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Yes, well played.
All right, so
Okay.
Alakite
But
abilities.
some of the more, you know, noticeable abilities. Creeping Curse, while on cooldown, it's basically an aura slow for 10%, which is pretty insane. No other item in the game really has that.
Yeah.
And of course, it's an aura. It's always on as long as it's on cooldown. It's pretty crazy. It's like a Frostbone Hammer. I mean, there's no reason you would ever buy a Frostbone Hammer now when this exists. But then Heavenly Agility and Sprint kind of have the same thing where you increase movement speed. Heavenly Agility increases allies and yourself, while Sprint just does yourself.
Why would you ever choose sprint over heavenly agility?
I have no idea. It's at 112 or 210 second cooldown. That's what is it,
Versus
few
the-
minutes. There's no reason you'd ever really get that now.
Well, I've seen it a few times on Kali's for the chasing because it's 14 seconds.
Yeah, 14
so
seconds
it
versus 5
enables
seconds.
you to chase for longer or get away faster.
It makes you immune to slows too. So
Oh, does it?
yeah, sprint does.
Ah, okay. See,
Yeah.
that's where it is.
It would be good for like Loki for giving you an extra speed buff and making him immune to slows, and then while on cooldown you passively gain 10% movement speed too. Versus Heavenly Agility, you just get everybody gets 35% bonus, and then while it's on cooldown, nearby allies all gain 10%.
It's the same.
It's the same passive, it seems, other than the immune to slows. No, you're immune to slows only when you activate it, I guess.
Yep.
So you can run away like hell.
So
Let's see. Aegis and Girdle are kind of opposites. Well, both of them are in cooldown. They give physical, magical, either protection or power, depending on Aegis or Girdle of Might. Then Hands of the Gods, it does 20 extra damage to minions. I'm not sure if it means any minions, like jungle creeps and minions, or just minions. And they heal you for 10 health every time you hit them. So good sustain in lane, good for jungling. Pretty good item overall.
Yeah. It makes it still where it's supposed to be.
I mean, a lot of these items are just, they're insane. There's no reason
Yeah.
why you wouldn't buy 2 items to start off the game. You could either go like Creeping Curse, Girdle of Might's really good. Purification Beads, Aegis Amulet. They're all really good items. There's no reason why you wouldn't buy them first item in the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Girdle of Might. Now you get half the benefit of the girdle while it's on cooldown.
Yeah. So it's like
Scar.
it's gonna completely change all builds.
Oh,
at least
yeah.
right now.
I mean,
So yay, all the guides on BL Gaming. Congratulations, you're now vastly outdated.
woohoo!
To be honest, I'm so happy that they changed it so that you have 2 consumables and 2 abilities. Imagine if they wouldn't have done that and you could have had 3 abilities now.
Yeah, that would be a...
Well, I think they need to change it to 1 if they're going to leave them this strong, honestly.
Yeah, well, like, something has to be done because I 100% disagree with this. Like, it's so strong.
What
Every
about-
single item, I'm sort of sitting there and I'm thinking, like, what do I get? This is so good. Every single one of them.
Yeah. What if it was to kind of nerf it a little bit? Your first ability you buy, you get the passive. The second one, you just get the active. You don't get a passive from it.
That might be interesting.
So like you have to choose your first one very
it-
carefully because you get the passive from it. So if you want to be faster or stronger or quicker, then that's it. Once you've done it, you're done.
It might be a bit complex for the game. I mean, it'd be one of those things that wouldn't be really straightforward.
No, it
unless they
wouldn't really be
change the
straightforward.
UI or something.
Yeah.
But it's a
I mean,
really
they could,
good
They
idea.
could change it like to green
I
and
like
red
it.
or something like that for the abilities, to where it's
Yeah,
like the green one is full ability, the red one is half of it's active only.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
don't know. I just feel like something needs to be done because, as it is right now, they're going to be. I mean, almost every single person in the game is going to go 2 abilities first. There's almost no reason to. If you're a carry, you can go Girdle. That's free damage right there. If you're a tank, you can maybe go with Aegis / Creeping Curse to help support your teammate. There'll probably be a Creeping Curse per lane, so there's not even a point of everyone's going to be cursed, so it doesn't even matter there.
And if you're
They're just going to cancel each other out.
magic mid, I mean that.
Yeah,
the
with
mana-
Girdle.
Well, magic mid, girdle plus the meditation, you're good.
It was brought to the attention that the purification beads didn't say that it undoes slows. I wonder if that's just they forgot to put it in there, or
I'm
if it
sure they just
really-
forgot to put it in there because it's.
Or if
I
it
mean,
actually
that would
changed that
I don't know. They might have done that so that sprint is a more viable option. I don't know.
because they did
Maybe.
add it to sprint.
But, I mean,
Could be interesting.
these items are so strong. The only thing I could even see being remotely used anymore is maybe Spear 2 plus Pots, and then you go back, finish Spear, then grab your 2 abilities. But that's one of the only things I see being useful. Maybe a Heartseeker start. Other than that, those snowball items that you want to get early, I don't see any other items being used. Because abilities, they're too strong. There's no other items that you would grab before that, in my opinion.
It's not exactly the fact that they're too strong. It's the fact that it makes you decide, and it's also not a clear decision. So that makes it a very interesting game because people will make different decisions for vastly different reasons. And so it's not like, you can see the enemy team and see that they have Midas boots, and you're like, oh my god, you fucking noob,
or
you're
that
terrible.
you see the enemy team and they have a
I
Hades and
disagree
an
with that.
Ares, and then all of a sudden you're not exactly going to go too offensive.
Right. I mean,
Abilities.
It makes it very intuitive as to how you build your god, and you have to do a little more specificity instead of just I follow the guide to the letter.
I disagree with that entirely for the most part because I'm just saying because it's not it's like when Hands of the Gods was the thing. You buy it. There's nothing else to buy. You were going to buy 2 abilities to start off with almost 99% of the time. There's going to be no point in buying anything else. Those are going to be the two things. So there's no diversity in that. And then when you include that, people are probably going to find some meta that your support tank will probably go like, what am I thinking? Probably Creeping Curse and another item. Mid will probably go Girdle and something else. So there's probably going to be a defined meta where almost every lane picks a certain 2 by the end of the month at least, if it stays in for that long.
Well, the thing I'm looking forward to is really to see if people choose to go offensive or defensive. Because, well, you can have insanely good offense if you, for example, get Creeping Curse and Sprint. But at the same time, that will put you in a vulnerable spot because you won't have a Purification Beads or an Aegis. Like, that's what I'm sort of looking forward to.
See, I think what's going to happen is, carries are probably going to take Girdle plus either Purification Beads or Aegis, depending on the character. And then tanks are probably going to get grab Creeping Curse plus Aegis because of the passive on that is honestly what I think everyone's going to be grabbing. Maybe a Heavenly Agility here and there, but I think those are going to be the main things in every lane because they're just so good right now. You want your offense taking that Girdle of Might, especially if you start stacking them and using them at the right time. You know, you can make the highest damage person, the person you want with the most damage in a fight, use Girdle first. So when theirs goes off goes on to cooldown, they'll have their passive up plus another person's Girdle of Might on them, gaining, what is it, 30, 50? I guess that's back up to where it is, but you know, you'll be gaining more bonuses. So I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty stale, honestly.
Yeah, I think it'll be really. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was saying I think it'll be really interesting to see how this changes the game and how it changes item builds, because it is really, really different, especially in the beginning. It changes things so much, and I'm looking forward to playing it. It might not be terribly bad. I will say, the fact that that these are only activated on cooldown does kind of limit it somewhat. So the main part of those abilities for most of them aren't going to be used on like all the time, except for a few notable exceptions, say meditation and the damage ones. Beyond those, it'd be fine. But they were saying next patch they might be on all the time. That seems really strong to me. If you guys were here before and call.
I'm going to call him. I'm just letting you know. So
Okay. Give him a call.
That was just,
I
mean,
I
we have
know,
our
I know he's
first
dead
caller.
sexy.
He is a very dead sexy teddy bear.
Yeah, wombat.
Very.
I think
I gotta
that's
check
what
his
that is.
options. Anyway,
Well, I
continue.
was just thinking about something because
Go
it
for it.
seems a little bit strong that you could stack the items. So maybe if you have used your ability, for example, well, I don't know, Heavenly Agility, and you get the passive from it, that you like have for the cooldown duration, you cannot be affected by another one. Because if you have the passive, like for example, Girdle of Might, like it just seems so strong that you all of a sudden can have the passive activated, and you get then on top of that you get the extra buff from another girdle. I don't know. I just feel like it can just like stack to the impossible damage output.
Interesting. So, we'll give our opinion here from Mr. Marky X. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Not bad, although kind of disappointed about the patch.
Do you want to face desk 2?
Nah.
Yeah, he doesn't face test.
No, none of that.
You know,
Continue.
my biggest problem with this whole passive thing, well, not passive, is with the whole ability thing is it's a really lazy League of Legends way of, you know, trying to create depth in the game. I think what they should have done was, you know, as you guys mentioned, like, there's no reason to pick Frostbound Hammer right now because you got, like, Creeping Curse. Well, here's an idea to make some of these items viable. Instead of giving an ability that you could just buy off the shop, make certain items have a 4th level. Like, you know, we got level 1, 2, and 3, right? Make the 4th level have that purchasable ability. So, like, for example, we could have a Creeping Curse type ability on Frostbound Hammer, so you could purchase it. And that way, it makes the item viable, and it sort of makes the game, I think, a little bit more balanced. I mean, that's just the way I kind of see it. It's just, right now, with all these instant buy abilities, especially with their ridiculous passives, I could just see so many items just not going to be viable anymore. I don't know. That's just what I thought.
Yeah. Well, it's going to make items bought really late because,
Yeah.
you're just not going to...
Well,
Find
see, I
anything
disagree with you in a part about putting them on a 4th tier. The only thing is, Hi-Rez wants the game to go in a really fast-paced direction, fast-paced direction, which the abilities do accomplish that, being able to buy them from the start of the game. Putting them on 4th tier would slow that down. I mean, they are strong, they do need something done, but I don't think that's the way to take care of it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a very interesting idea, though, and it's worth...
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely worth high-res looking at and throwing around, and maybe they can come up with a better way of implementing it that might be more effective.
Or a
But,
different way.
It's a great way to get ideas going. That's how you do things.
Yeah, I like it.
gonna
I'm looking forward to playing it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, new god, new game mode, and new abilities.
Yep. It's basically a whole new game now. Jesus. It's like
It's
everybody
like an
forget what you
expansion
know.
pack.
And
It's an expansion pack.
It's an expansion pack,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
For all you children who don't know what the hell we're talking about, that's also known as downloadable content. But back in our day, it was called an expansion pack. You had to go to the fucking store and you had to purchase it, and you had to come home and install it. Oh, I loved them. So thank you for your call, Mr. Markey.
I don't miss them.
I love them because how could you?
Okay.
It was the expansion pack for TIE Fighter. Oh my God! I'm sorry. All right, thanks for your call, Mark.
All right.
I'd just like to point out that
This isn't TIE Fighter?
No, it's not TIE
my
Fighter.
gosh.
But Restera's too young
I'd
to
just
know
like to
TIE
point
Fighter.
out that the entire point of high-res nerfing Hands of the Gods and, making sure that it wasn't excuse me, the whole point of them nerfing Hands of the Gods, even though it promoted early game aggression, was that it was the only choice. Well, now you have to buy abilities as the only choice. So they basically went back on what they did. That's, I mean...
No. Because there's
feel
so
like it
many
was going
choices.
backwards.
There's so many choices. Did you know that
But
they did
you're
a
gonna have
study?
to buy abilities still. I mean, if you people are complaining that if you didn't buy Hands of the Gods, you were going to be behind. Well, now if you don't buy abilities and you buy an item, you're going to be behind.
Right, but still. I mean, you can still buy an item, or you can buy that. But I mean, that's all where it comes down to the actual game. But no. We're gonna really have to.
That people were originally complaining with Hands of the Gods.
Yes. You're gonna get an ability, and you're gonna get an item. Is probably what's gonna be. You're gonna get something of the.
I wouldn't say two. I would just buy them both. I mean, if you can take Girdle and maybe like an Aegis, you start off with tons of free damage and free resistances. Why wouldn't you take that?
Because it doesn't get any better.
There was an interesting point brought up in the chat, which was that bastard minions, will they be able to be turned, since they do count as minions?
Oh, that would be so cool.
That would be awesome.
Awesome, because I hate those cats!
That would be broken, though.
Everyone hates those cats.
Yes, everybody who's not the cats hate the cats, and everybody who is the cats loves them to death. They're so cute and fluffy and furry, and everybody's like, yay, I love you kitties. Go rip his fucking throat out! That's what they say. That's exactly what they say. What? I'm in a rare form today, thank you.
I know, rare form indeed, sir.
And I think I like it. It's very nice.
Yes.
I like being loud and obnoxious. Does anybody else agree? Should I do this, or should I go back to normal, kind of calm self?
No, you're not calm.
I'm not calm at all. Wait, well, I mean, most of the time I'm kind of calm.
No. No calm for you, sir.
Anyway, so what else do we have to cover on the patch notes? Because I want to get the calls.
I mean, the only different thing I could think of in the patch notes is the Sobek grab.
Sobek, I know. What were you
Sobek
thinking?
can no longer grab through minions. So if you hit a minion,
God.
I don't know if you fling it or you stop, but
That would be kind of cool. Fling a minion backwards.
I mean, that would be reasonable. I mean, it'd
It
be like,
would be hilarious.
it would be like Blitzcrank's grab when he just grabs a minion instead of you. But
I feel.
I don't know if that's really. I mean, because then you're going to be able to easily nullify him during early game. You just stay behind the creep wave.
Yeah. You're just like, Sobek doesn't matter.
Granted,
anymore.
I wonder how many people believe that was supposed to be the way, or, I mean, it is kind of annoying when you're following your creep wave and then suddenly, and then you're in a tower and you're eating bullets or fireballs and you're shitting ashes.
You're shitting ashes.
Well, I mean, what do you think
Those
that does to your?
ashes.
What do you think that does to your intestines when you eat that stuff? It's terrible.
It's true. It's true.
God.
I will say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah, I guess it could be.
I don't personally I don't like it.
That's because you're a Sobek player.
Well,
Yes,
it might prevent him from being banned every single game.
Yeah, and it hopefully should
that.
tone down the Sobek Cupid lane a little bit.
Yeah. So if it prevents
We'll
him from
see.
being banned every single ranked match, or well, not ranked match, but tournament match, every single one almost, then yeah,
But
I can
see
see
that's
that as
what high-res shadow control. Where was he saying at? Sobek's ability to dominate the early phase required a change. Shout out to Reason Gaming guys for pointing out that he's an auto ban in competitive game. See, I don't think he's an auto ban in competitive games though. I mean, I've seen.
Not all.
Well,
of
I mean,
them,
I
though.
think Wukong is more of an auto ban than Sobek is right
He
now.
really
I've
can
seen
be.
more AD carry bans than that. I mean, I don't think Sobek's an auto ban. I mean, we can get some competitive people in here to tell me otherwise, but I haven't really seen him be that much of an auto ban as people have been doing, or
Yes,
people
but
make it
how
seem.
many of them have you seen in competitive
Well, the
games?
scrims we have played against the top tier teams, they have always banned Sun Wukong against us. Like, that was just Like, I don't think I've played a single match against ESG, for example, where they have not banned Sun Wukong instantly.
Interesting. Yeah. So, if any of you professional guys who I know are watching,
I know you're
I
there.
know you're there, want to call in and tell us exactly how your bans and stuff are going as far as Sobek and other gods are concerned, please do give us a call.
Yes. We
So
should be joined by Baz here. I'll just call him Baz because
that's
all I
what
ever.
he requested.
I know. I know.
It's all good. How's it going, guys?
Good, and nice to have you on the show yet again.
Thank you. Okay, so my topics are the patch notes, obviously, and then just kind of how a high-res deals with changes.
Pizza.
Apparently it's
That's
not
how
good.
they deal with changes.
They just don't like
pizza
change.
and beer.
I like pizza. Pizza is good, yes.
Me too. So is beer. Beer is good.
Well, beer is also good, yes.
Yes.
Um,
Okay, continue.
Okay, so have you guys had a chance to play Firefall at all?
Yes.
When?
Can't say I have.
Not lately. I played it.
Yeah, because
I played it back when they were around PAX time because that was, all the rage.
2 months
Oh, wow.
ago, it was a lot different than it is now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I haven't played
Okay,
it in 5
so
months.
basically, I kind of want to use them as an example of how you're supposed to do a beta and change content and listen to your community and that kind of thing. About 2 months ago, they completely revamped the leveling system and the combat system because the community was like, it's terrible, you need to fix it. And they're like, okay. So they went back, took all the levels out, it's just tiers now, and you basically unlock everything with XP. And they completely revamped the combat system. It's a lot more like the Quake style of combat now. Recently, they just had another patch that kind of made the recons a little weird. They're the sniping class.
Yeah.
I will link this thread in chat for everyone to.
So how's it
How does it relate to Smite?
Yeah, how's it relate to Smite?
Okay, so basically, what they've been doing is they're getting feedback from the community about changes and stuff. And one of their designers posted something along the lines of, "Oh, okay, so I'm gonna go fix this real quick because this is what people are asking." Like just on the fly, hey, I'll go fix it, and we'll see how it kind of reacts from them.
They also
from
have
there.
a really small player base, if I recall correctly.
They have a very controlled. They have a very controlled closed beta.
It's controlled because it's still in technically closed beta.
It's been in technically closed beta for fucking years. Is what
Well,
that's the other thing. I mean, I love Red 5. We had a great time with them over at PAX, and
yeah.
they're great guys. But God, they're taking forever. I'm sorry. I love you guys, but Jesus, hurry the fuck up.
Yes, but I guess my point is I'd like to see Hi-Res do a lot more of that. They need to really kind of buckle down and say this is what the community is asking for, not just roll the random dice and go, hey, we're going to do this patch and hope it works.
Yeah, but I mean, if you go by what the community says, it's the full spectrum of what people want changed. I mean, people want Sobek buffed to hell, and people want him nerfed to hell.
Yes, there's that. But I mean,
And-
as a collective voice, the community has been asking for item balance, and god balance for a long time, and we get maybe 1 to 2 changes every patch, and then we get this random ability change that's like literally out of left field.
Yes. See, that's the interesting thing about listening to your player base only for changes, or primarily. You're not going to get things as much out of left field that may end up being really awesome. So, and it's one of those things we don't know how it's going to go. It might synergize with the game going on really well. How it changes things now? Drastically. How it synergizes in the future? I'm not sure. So, and then there's this conversation they're having in our chat as to who they should listen to, whether the competitive players or the
or the
random
randoms.
other people. Why not all of them, and factor that into the decisions you'd be making otherwise, which is what I'm guessing they're doing, because they see that people don't like abilities and they're changing them, and they're not necessarily just changing them the way people are suggesting.
Here's a big part. Is that
in the forums saying abilities need passives, abilities need to be changed. I mean, most of them are, this item's broken, this god's broken, this god needs balance, this item needs balance. Hey, is the jungle ever going to get some more revamps? Like, maybe 5% of threads on the entire feedback forums have been, okay, the abilities need to be changed. Like, it seems like they just kind of took the random 20-sided die and went, okay, D12, ability change, let's go.
You didn't see their dartboard at the thing? They put all
Yes.
they put all the changes up,
That's
and
what I thought. Yeah.
they get the
You
cute
mean they don't-
girls, and they spin them around, and they give them lawn darts, and they all hide behind chairs, and then they throw
You mean
them.
it's not like the idea manatee pool?
manatees?
Yeah, where they have the idea balls and then
Oh
the
yes,
manatees
yes.
grab the
yes,
balls and
yes,
take them
the-
over.
Yeah, I think that's a bit high tech for them right now.
Yeah, it might be a bit. It's also a bit expensive when you can use cheap hookers in a lawn dart system, and then you can do body shots. But you know,
Okay.
You took that a bit different direction than I was going for, but okay.
Just a little bit.
I'm glad we
Hey,
have
hey,
that
you know,
adult
whatever.
content. It airs at 9 o'clock. I guess we're allowed.
all
to
the children should be in bed. Adult Swim. Yeah, you know they're in Atlanta, so it's Adult Swim time.
It's adult
Kids out of the
swim.
pool.
Yep.
Oh yes, I agree. Anyway, well, the big thing is they're in very much beta. This game has not been done before in this type. I mean, there's been arenas, there's been MOBAs,
Yes.
stuff like that. They're breaking new ground in this regard, so they're going to have to do a lot of very difficult changes trying to figure out what works best. They're trying their best. They're trying to listen to the players. People bitch all the time. So, you know, they just got to deal with that, and they got to work around it. And
Well,
the best thing we can do as a community is try and support them with good ideas and not just bitch all day. Because I'm tired of hearing people bitch. Especially
that's the
somebody on the
issue,
forums
though.
that's got almost 3,000 posts that most people complain about.
Hey,
Oh my
3,000
gosh.
posts for the win.
Yeah, I
Wow,
All I
agree.
have to
That's
say, keep up the good
He should come post on BL
exponential-
Gaming.
Exponential posting
Yes.
action. You are already at a third of your last month's total on the first day of this month. Keep it up. I want to see what you can do. We are watching, sir. We are watching. Don't disappoint.
Hold on to those thoughts. I need to go get some water before I choke to death.
Awesome.
But continue.
Whatever. I'm still gonna talk, but no, I think that I don't know who said it earlier. I think it was either Marky or Baz or I don't know. Someone said it, but they really do need to get their base. Like I feel like they do need to get their bases set first before you know saying, oh, we're gonna do this huge change. You know, if everything else is stable, you know, you can change things. It needs to be like as they teach you in school, a science experiment. You're only supposed to change one variable at a time instead of being like, okay, we're just going to change everything at once and, see how it goes. Maybe try it with a not so good item, like put the passive on sprint, see how it works. Change another item, see how that works. Instead of, we're going to change all the items as much as we can at once. I just think, they need to get a base set for it instead of going all at once when they're doing this.
well, I mean, not to mention the passives on some of those items are just like, why? Like, okay, so the passive on meditation is actually kind of a good example because meditation is one of those items that's kind of if you get it, you're going to be down either an anti-CC item or an anti-damage item or whatever. But now it's kind of a good item, like say if you want to get it on Sobek, you're not going to run out of mana as much as you would. You're pretty much getting the jungle buff all the time now if you get it. So that could technically cut down on time spent out of lane, time spent out of not ganking the other lanes or something if you're trying to get the mana buff from the creep camp. So in that change, I guess it's kind of beneficial, but why change some of the other ones that are already powerful enough, like Creeping Curse? I mean, why give it a passive like that to make it incredibly easy to slow your target? Like with Frostbound Hammer, you actually had to physically hit your target. Now it's just kind of well, you don't actually have to do anything, and they're just slow.
I can actually answer that because I just found a post from Hyris Shadow Control, and he actually explains why things were made the way it was. But like, I don't know.
Link the post.
I can post the link in the chat, and then people can read it.
Link the post and post the link, and then we'll link it.
Well, see,
And we promise not to ban you.
Yes.
in that post, he also is that the post where in parentheses it said next patch ability passives might be on all the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, take the reasons for what you want, I guess. But I mean, I was just like, oh, please no, please no.
Yeah, I agree with you though, because if they really leave the passives on next patch for the entire time, I think I'm gonna take a break from Smite because I can't even see how I'm going to actually move across the map when I have a 10% slow on me 24/7.
Well, just run away.
Yeah.
By sprint.
So here, I'll read off the what Hira's Shadow Control here said. The passives were added for 3 reasons. First, it makes them more powerful with ongoing benefits, so they are not purely situational.
Should I be doing this?
Second, they allow novice players to buy them so they can still be useful without requiring them to be used in clutch situations. You see, I used clutch and situations in the same damn sentence and didn't make it all...
I'm proud of you,
Thirdly, they allow us to balance them better. All are equally attractive to buy.
Equally attractive?
Those are stupid reasons.
So what are they? They're all equally attractive. So
I will say, for
like
some of them, they
hookers?
really...
Go ahead.
Those are not all equally attractive to buy, I can assure you.
But they are to buy. That is the key.
With certain of these passives with the abilities completely change certain builds, whether they're good builds or not, especially in the beginning. So, like, say if you were mid laning and you were someone, like, say you wanted the Alkong mid lane just for fun because you like tornadoes. He goes through mana like crazy. So if you really wanted to go up against pretty much anyone, you had to have good sustain. Now you can get something in meditation and you're good. I mean, you don't even have to worry about MP5 items for quite a while. So it's some things that'll really open up your possibilities. Other things, it's going to change it a lot. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so the reasons were mainly just kind of duh. I mean, yeah, they make them more powerful. Wow, that's a really good reason. I mean, did they actually have to state that for that to be like their top reason? I feel that the reasons were just kind of, well, we're making them more shiny so people pick them more. Like DM Brandon said, if you're not picking abilities in the first place, you're playing the game wrong anyway because you need them to play at a little bit more, I don't want to say competitive level because that's not fair because not most of the player base is casual anyway. So picking an ability is going to make you just a better player to begin with. So why not pick them? Why should they have to make them more shiny, so to speak?
Because they have to cater to the casual base to a certain extent because the casual base is what makes the money and keeps them the lights on and lets them build a game for us to play at a competitive level. So basically all the competitive guys are going to have to shut the fuck up for a little while and deal with the casual base getting things here and there to help them improve the game and get more players in, because if only 50,000 people play this game, you guys can all stop now looking for a competitive scene because there's not going to be enough interest to do it. We want millions and millions of casuals to come play the game because millions of casuals means thousands of people who will watch us.
Okay,
Tens of thousands.
Let me
break the
counterpoint with
in
this.
order to appeal to the casual base.
But what's breaking the game? I mean, we haven't even played it yet, so we'll find out exactly tomorrow with how it looks.
Yeah, true that. I'm sorry for that. It was
Go ahead, Trick.
Put in wrong words. But I just feel like these items or abilities, for that sake, they're just too shiny.
Yeah, I mean, you say about catering to the casuals and making these, good for the casual, but it's what part? I don't see what part of it is
like fast food.
Good for the casuals. I mean, if someone buys Creeping Curse, and if they make it so where it's on 24/7, how is that fun being slowed everywhere you go? I mean, that's like the definition of anti-fun. I hate using that word because
anti-fun.
Well, then they will fix it.
But
the
that
next
is like
patch.
the definition of it. That is
Wait,
not
you
fun
hate
running
using the
around
word
with
definition?
it slow on you 24/7.
You know what's awesome about high res is that if this completely blows the game and makes everybody hate it, they'll fix it next patch.
Yeah, it'll just go
I mean,
away.
they've proven that they'll do that kind of thing with, like, for instance,
Vamana?
Yes, or yeah, exactly, like Vamana. It was just like, holy shit, what did we do? Undo that quick. I mean, they will listen if the community continues to complain about this. Right, Guan Yu. If they continue to complain about this next week after they've had a week to play it and people are still crying that this is just retarded, then they're going to change it. And that's the good part we can look forward to from high res, and that's amazing. It's not like Blizzard or somebody where you bitch for years and nothing changes.
Yeah. Yeah, Blizzard this is awful. 5 years later, it's still like that.
Yeah, they just had to learn to deal with it. So, I mean, there's a big problem with a community that gets to talk to the developers because the developers need to listen, but they also are kind of forced to listen because they're actually talking to the community now. Once they've opened that door, it's done. They're like, holy shit, it's either, we have to listen now. We can't just be like, it's this way or the highway.
Yeah.
And that's where they kind of got themselves in.
My last kind of counterpoint to this whole ability argument is with, League of Legends caters to casuals. I mean, no one can disagree with that. And the abilities aren't, like, flashy or whatever. I mean,
sure,
they're
you have
there
to have
and
them.
people use them. So, I mean, it's kind of like, well, they're there for you, so why not use them? And it's technically a casual game, I guess. I'm not sure if I'm explaining that in the correct way or not.
Well, then
but
should they just have at the beginning of the game? You pick 2 abilities, and you pick 2, and that's it. And you pick 2 right at the beginning of the game. You stuck with them the rest of the game, and then you build your items. Would that be a fix for this? Even though would you still want the passives on it?
That's actually not a bad idea.
I think that's basically how it's going to be anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you're going to have gold to spend it on. Instead, why not just give us, less gold? I mean, it would make the game even faster if you got to pick 2 abilities and then buy items. Holy shit.
Don't pick wrong.
Yes, don't pick wrong, though, or you're screwed.
That's the thing, though, because if you go, they're saying that so it makes novice players actually pick up the items, but they haven't, I don't know, I remember when I played in novice queue, I didn't even know what abilities were until I hit, level 10-ish?
Yeah.
And I mean, Hi-Rez has to do something in order to make the novice players actually find those abilities because, in the recommended build, for example, they're not included.
Thank you for joining us, Baz. We're going to get to our next caller.
No problem, guys. Thanks for the show. Keep it up.
Yep.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Another thing I feel like saying is I feel as the state it is in right now, meditation is almost counterproductive in the way that it restores mana, and then when it's on cooldown, it gives you more mana. It just seems weird how
It has a really long
you give
cooldown,
yourself
though.
mana, and then you get more mana. I don't know. It just seems weird. I feel like it should be when it's not on cooldown, it gives you mana.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. It also lets you to just throw abilities out just a whole bunch over a long time and not lose everything. Because, I mean, how many times have you gone into a fight and you get the guy down to 10% and your magic user and I have no more mana.
And then you cry as they run away.
Dead. And you're like, I can auto attack him.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder when I'm fighting those magical users, they're like, I killed them, and I'm like, did you remember that you can auto attack also? I mean, you blow all your spells, and then that's usually like, I'm done running away now. So, anyway, we have Mr. The Wig Beaner on with us. How are you, sir?
How's it going, man?
Good.
I don't even know where to start with the patch.
Start at the beginning.
Start
too many
midway
directions to go. I guess if I had to start, I'd like to bring out the tank support role, and how at competitive play double ability is already ridiculously good. Like the creeping girdle, creeping hog lanes. I think you throw passive abilities. Why buy items? Why should anybody buy items level 1? It's early lane dominance with the stats you get from the items alone, the passive items. So,
Yeah, but if everybody's got them, then isn't it balance out in the end then?
No.
It's I don't know, man. It's rough because you get these items, and if you get early items like an Aegis now, it still scales in the late game usefully without the passive, and now with the passive, it makes it early game strong and late game valid. So it's I don't.
But then
know,
the other
man.
lane, the other guy in the counter lane, your enemy may have it also. There we go. I can say things with
Yeah, but
words
that's just
and
boring.
hookers.
That's like the mid lane right now, how it's, spear plus void stone. It's boring lane. You don't want to do it because they're just canceling each other out. You just buy it, you just buy it to counteract the enemy. You don't buy it for really any reason. I feel like that's what it's going to go, how he's saying there's going to be no choice. I feel like this is the entire point of why the hog was yelled about and bitched about so much, because there's nothing else you can do to stay on that level. If your opponent has abilities and you don't, you're going to get rolled.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the way it is right now, generally speaking.
Well, I mean, you talk about catering to the lower tier, casual players, but then you make it necessary to buy items to do good, and if they don't realize that, then they lose. And it's like, I don't know, anybody with a brain is going to stomp them out, and the poor guy isn't going to know what happened, I mean, I just think they're going in the wrong direction with this. It's coming out of left field. It's so random. I mean, I think the quote that Dan Brandon said is already is all you need for this entire topic. If you're not buying items or abilities rather, it's just you're not playing the game well anyway.
You're doing it wrong, as they say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's coming out of left field, but I mean,
Sometimes
you need to do it out of left field just to get some shit going.
Because sometimes right field, everybody sees it coming.
Those righties. I mean, but left-handers are from hell. So
Yeah,
I mean,
southpaw.
that is true.
I know.
That's so
Yeah,
true.
but my thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, right now, I wouldn't say there are some problems with how it is right now, the meta, but for the most part, it's not broken. It's not like the Hands of the Gods, where if you don't buy abilities, you're dead. I mean, sure, abilities are really strong still, and they will help you win the game, but it's not like before. I wouldn't say it was ever broke, or it's not broke. Excuse me, it's not broken right now. So I don't see why they're trying to, I guess, fix it.
Well,
if it's not
to
broken.
expand on that, it's not that it's broken, but it's not as good as it could be.
See,
they have to expand the game. They're going to keep doing this and keep doing this and keep doing this. And in a few months' time, just like a few months ago, if you look at Smite to now, it would just
vastly
look
different.
barren.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're doing. They're fleshing out multiple aspects of the game all at the same time. More gods, more abilities, more items that do more things all at the same time. So
But again,
that's what they're doing. As to whether it's working, different question. But that's why they're doing it.
Again, I'm going to go back to the point, and since I'm a school kid, in school they teach you, in a science experiment you do one variable at a time instead of flooding it with a whole bunch of different things, because that's not very efficient. So I feel like if they did this a bit slower, instead of throwing all the abilities out there at once, maybe like meditation and sprint, since they're not bought right now, maybe let's give them passives and see how it works, instead of let's give all these abilities, even though they're really strong right now, passives. I feel like they should have taken this slower.
How much of the community would have cried that, why these two things get up passives and nothing else does? I mean,
because they were underpowered?
The other thing is, these guys are kind of on a time frame. They want to try and get this out sometime ever.
February.
And so that's, they're shooting kind of for February-ish, roughly, maybe April or March. I thought it was sometime around PAX. Anyway.
April, March, August, whatever.
So they want to get stuff rolling quick. And what they didn't teach you in science was, like we learned in the auto industry, throw shit at it until it works. No, I'm just kidding. You just kind of keep throwing things out, and eventually something will work. But also you say that it's not broke, so don't fix it. There's another thing that is, lots of times you can't tell something's broke until you try something else. Because, it's just the way you've always seen it. This wheel is square, and a square wheel will still roll down the hill, and it'll still shake your teeth out. But if I put a round one on there, holy shit, this is awesome! So continue.
I kind of disagree, because we have people coming from like every aspect of MOBAs, so it's not like we only have one view we only have one view. We have all these people coming in from different MOBAs and saying, this could be better in this aspect, or this could be better in this aspect, and I don't really see anyone saying, let's add this. I mean, again, it's new, it's cool to try out, but I just think they shouldn't do it all at once.
The thing I don't understand is why is the passive active when like the cooldown goes on? Like, wouldn't it make more sense that you have the passive ability when you actually can activate the ability?
Mm.
Yeah. Or even more sense, have the passive on when the ability is, when it's not on cooldown, which I think is what you just said. I mean, this way you have that decision, like that deciding moment. Do you use that Aegis because it might save your life, or do you use it and then you're down for the next, cooldown duration without the stats? Would have been a better way to go about it.
Yeah.
I don't see why they thought it would be a better idea to be like, okay, this ability, it has to do something at all times. Why not actually make it a choice so you can actually see the good players, they make the right decisions, and the people in novice queue, they still get the abilities, but they learn how to use it correctly, so they will improve as players. I just think that would be a more reasonable solution to actually implementing like passives to abilities.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I think we vastly out discussed abilities to the death.
that about does it for abilities.
Let's talk Ares then. How about Ares?
Ares?
What about Ares? Other than the fact that
bring on the Ares ult that is no longer beadsable.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine. Honestly,
I think
people will learn to adapt and buy Aegis.
Yeah.
Well, either way, it's still gonna pull you. I mean, it does right now anyway.
Not if you
No,
have Aegis.
it's not going to pull after, or Aegis is now going to stop pulls now, or pulls.
Yeah.
I mean, I've Aegis all throughout the entire point of it. Like before he ults, it grabs me when I'm Aegis, and then as it's about to pull, I've Aegis, then it still pulls me.
Yeah.
That's because they haven't done that yet.
But you can no longer be pulled when invulnerable.
Oh, did they add that? Did I miss that?
Yeah, you missed that.
Well,
it's in the Aegis.
Then Ares is still crap. Then there it is. No more beads for us. Everyone just buy Aegis because I don't know. I guess it's
you only
still,
have two
still
slots,
the same
man.
idea.
You only have 2 slots.
2 slots. All right.
And if
then
you buy
Aegis
2
and
abilities
beads.
at the beginning, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot at the end, and then you're gonna have square wheels, right, Ellicite?
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yes. Thank you,
thanks for
sir.
having me.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, we will air a quick, awesome little intermission video for you.
Oh, we're
What
gonna have an
do.
intermission video real quick.
Yep. It's
Oh,
like 30 seconds long. So
what?
enjoy.
What? Oh wait.
Yeah.
What?
Click the button.
Fine. What?
Oh my gosh.
There you have it.
All right. Welcome back. That was our awesome intermission.
That was our lovely intro intermission now.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that video. I love that video. I certainly can't get enough of that video. So what are we going to talk about now? We're going to talk about things that involve esportiness stuffy.
Yes.
Who's looking forward to BLG going to EU and just rolling face?
I am looking for
The EU
forward
team,
to
of course,
BLG EU going to Paris and rolling face. Someone
Yes.
needs to get more sleep.
I don't need more sleep. I need less sleep. If I have more sleep, I'm more cracked out. You want me to get...
Yes, they are going to Paris for the Paris Games Week. That is happening
Yes.
this weekend. Sponsored by ESL. They are going to go win a bunch of money because they are awesome.
Yes,
even though they don't agree.
Yes, they did manage to beat out Bipolar Method. There we go.
Bipolar Method, which is a great name, by the way.
It used to be ESG. Now they renamed themselves to Bipolar Method, and they beat them out in the game that Alakite casted. That was just an amazing game. Holy God! I wanted to watch it again and again and again,
Which
but
one?
I only have so much time in the
Wait, for the Battleground of the Gods? Or for
Yes, the Battleground of the Gods.
Oh.
That was different.
Yeah, it was a different tournament.
That was
I don't care!
They also
I
won
was
that
like,
one.
there's 2 different games.
There's
Yes.
2 different tournaments. BLG EU happened to win both of them.
Yes. Both. Yeah, that's just how awesome they are. They keep winning everything they get into. So, to let you guys know if I get anything wrong lately, I've been kind of busy, the past week and a half, because, everybody might know my mom passed away. So, that's why I might not be up on some of the latest esports things, but I will be getting back this week and finding out everything. Just to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's my excuse. If you have a fucking problem with it, I'll come and kick you in the nuts. Argue with me.
I'm totally excited. Old
Yes.
BLGNA getting together.
I
we
know.
got this.
Yes.
Yes.
Surmy's Voidness, me getting back on. We got this.
Yes. We're going to
Number
call
one
you
team
BLG NA2.
NA Redux.
Yes. Yeah, that's perfect. You guys will be BLG NA Redux.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll put you against the NA guys that are the real NA team, and whoever wins gets to go. Because that's what I've decided is going to happen with our team soon. It's going to be, if you want the position for whatever lane on our team, you have to battle it out for a best of 10 in a joust mode, and the winner takes the position. And if you want to get your old position back, you better fucking fight for it. It's going to be a bloodbath every week. Oh, it's going to be great.
If only this was reality TV.
Yes. I would be amazing. Amazing. You'll eat your throat.
Oh, right. So, that esports WOGL, as you know,
there
is
are
going
some
on
games
right
going.
now. In fact, DM Brandon, who joined us earlier, is actually in a game right now, unless he lost already. and
Or one.
or one.
Or one.
He could have won.
I don't think he's gonna win. They're gonna lose so bad to Lords of War. It's
Yeah.
gonna be terrible.
They're fun. Lords of War is a fairly new team. They got together a few weeks ago. They have two.
They have 2 teams.
They have 2 teams and full backups for both teams for each position.
They got a lot of people.
Yeah, so they have a lot of people. Some guy I know in real life is part of their backup team. That's very amusing.
Yes, it is.
So that's that. Any more esports things? Alakite, Trixie, Nope.
Trixie.
Trick-Z,
Trixie.
Smack Trick-Z.
Where the hell have I heard Trixie before?
Really?
Well, he's busy bathrooming or
What?
something
Oh,
like that.
Did he go away? Apparently he did. Oh, I missed that.
What Trixie? What
No, I am back. I'm back.
Where have I heard that name
Oh,
before? And
oh,
I can't. I know I've heard it a ton, and I can't think of where Trixie
Oh,
came
wow.
from.
Lords of War is
No.
really
Yeah, Trixie.
close to Juice Gaming right now.
Really?
We're actually ahead, I believe. By
Nice.
about 1,000 gold.
Wow.
Whoa.
Nice. That's a fairly close match. That is a very close match. What am I saying?
Oh,
That's-
actually, never mind. I believe 2 of Juice Gaming is DC'd. Never mind, that
Ouch.
explains it.
Ow.
Wow.
Does that
that's
mean
really
that they're really
unfortunate.
bad or really good? I mean, one of them.
Well, DC is OP. I mean, we all know.
Yeah.
There's nothing more overpowered than disconnecting. So,
Like,
Yeah.
why haven't they implemented like a pause function yet? That is really needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do. So anyway, I guess we'll pretty much like wrap it up here. Maybe we'll do a little bit of after show, or we'll just
Yeah.
bullshit and say,
yeah.
you know, random
If you
things.
want to stay for after our show, we will have a Q&A with our guys here. And
Just
our
basically
awesome
continue
staff
on. It's
here.
just I think we've kind of exhausted everything for the show, so I mean, we're just gonna sit around and BS. So, you know, if you'd like to join us, please do. Otherwise, if you have to go ahead and go. Like Alakite might need to go and go to sleep and get ready
Yeah.
for school
Well,
tomorrow.
no, I think we're going to go play with the old BLGNA guys.
Yeah, do it.
Fine.
Do it. If there is an after show, it will be here. If not, it
Like-
will not.
And I'm going to go completely off the wall because I am feeling in a very odd mood. So if you would
Yeah,
like
I
some
go
can
obnoxious,
tell
off the
you're a very
wall.
angry demon.
Outside of local recording.
yes. So
people have to go
thank
out
you
of their
guys for
way to
joining
watch
us.
it.
We will. I don't want to do that one. I want to do the other one.
Do what one?
This one. So let's get shout outs real quick. Alakite, go.
Twitch TV dot whatever. Wait up. I'm just gonna post it in chat because I
Do
don't
that.
really.
Twitch TV/Alakite.
Alakite.
And then go to
Yes.
that. It has all my
His
YouTube,
name.
Twitter, blah 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 blah. And then I guess I'll put my YouTube because I cast stuff on there,
He's been
and
casting.
I make like 40 cents off of it because you know.
Yes,
Yes.
because
Rich.
YouTube pays you shit.
Eventually, you'll be able to buy a Coke.
Because Cokes
Okay,
are not 50 cents
whatever.
anymore.
Hence, eventually. All right.
I'm old.
So on
Slick tricks or
Whatever
smack
the
tricks.
button
Excuse
Smack
me.
Trick Z, thank you for joining us. Give us your shout outs.
Yes.
Tell us where people can find
Well,
you.
I just want to give a shout out to Team Dynamite EU and
Yes.
a shout out to our streamer Dope, who's also part of BOG.
Yes, he is. We own
And,
everything.
uh,
I'm just kidding.
And I want to give a shout out to Sprayon, where's the U, getting carried by us all day. So that's that.
We love you, Spray On. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. And thank you
Thanks
very
for
much
having me.
Thank you very much for joining us today. Remove what screen? Why are you going to hit the space bar? You don't know what that's going to do. God.
Thank you
And
guys
people
for
wonder why
joining us
shit
today.
breaks. So, of course, I am Dean Machine. This is Rebels here. And please go to blgaming.com. Post there. Have all sorts of fun. We love to make the best community we can. Only the best need to register. So, only if you're the best, you should register. If you suck,
Mhm.
I'll just-
Register anyway and
Maybe.
read the
Oh,
forums.
Maybe
I
we'll
guess
just
I
kick
won't
you
be
later.
registering.
Yeah.
So,
Register. Check out the forums. We have our BLG guys, which are currently, we'd like to say, the best team in Smite. They disagree.
I think I took a rather on screen. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, you did. And so they go on forums. Check out our guides, or most of them are pretty good. They're going to be
Streams.
vastly outdated because they just changed this whole thing. with
Yep. Alakite,
this.
that's
So-
your job tomorrow. Update the system.
Oh, it's going to be
Okay.
so much fun.
That's the best part about
That's
Patch
a
Week
lot
is
of
like
stuff.
we have to completely revamp the guide system. It's like, yay! I get to add a bunch of shit.
And
API where?
Yeah, really.
next week sometime we'll have a great announcement for you guys. So,
Yes, yes.
Look forward to the mystery announcement.
Sunday there will be an announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for that.
Done.
Also, you know,
Because
of course,
calendars
join
start
us
on
next week. We'll be
Sunday.
here all week. until next week, and then we'll show. So, thank you guys for joining us. I will actually stop now and play this. Not that one. That one was the one I was looking for. And thank you all for joining me. We will join you in a second for some after-show bullcrappiness.